Hello, everyone, and welcome to our latest segment about AP exams and how COVID-19 closures could affect your test-taking experience. I'm Rob Franek. I'm editor-in-chief here at the Prince Review, and today we are covering a topic that we get asked about a lot here at the Prince Review, specifically how the College Board, the creators of all things AP, plans to prevent cheating on the AP exams this year. Quick recap of our last video about the structure of the exams this year. The AP exams will be offered in two formats, a traditional pencil and paper exam, as well as a full-length digital exam. They'll also be offered both in school as well as remotely, while the new digital option provides students and administrators with much needed flexibility in testing location. It also requires new security measures to prevent cheating, since unlike last year's very unusual exams, your notes and your books and your study aids will not be permitted on this year's test. We are going to go through together the security measures that the College Board has put in place for each exam format. And we're going to start with the digital exam, which is what we're hearing the most about from our students right now. So let's start. First off, by talking about what won't be in place, and that is cameras of any kind. Friends, let's right here and right now clear up any confusion about the need for cameras or photo IDs on the digital AP exams this year. Now, while the College Board had initially said that students would need a computer with a functional webcam as well as a photo ID for security purposes, they have since reconsidered that requirement. So you will now not be required to have a working webcam or a photo ID for the digital AP exam. In short, if you are taking that exam at home, no one will be watching you. So anti-cheating measures will be all the more important. Here's what you can expect. And just a quick note for what I'm about to tell you regarding digital exams. This applies to all digital exams except for AP Chinese and AP Japanese. So, for starters, all digital exams will begin at the same time worldwide with synchronous section start times. That means that whether you're taking the exam in Honolulu or Toronto or Mumbai, you will be taking the exam at the exact same time as everybody else. There are just two testing times. The first is 12 noon Eastern Daylight Time, and again at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That also means that if you're, for instance, in Honolulu, you will likely be starting your exam at 6 a.m. in the morning. If you're in Mumbai, you will be starting an exam at 1:30 a.m. Friends, sometimes it's important just to say these things right out loud. This is far from ideal for students outside the continental United States, but this measure does help ensure that students won't have an advantage based on information received from other folks taking the exam earlier elsewhere on the planet. That leads me to point number 2. In order to take the digital exam, you'll need to download the exam app 1 to 3 days before each of your AP exams. This app includes security features designed to prevent students from collaborating, accessing unapproved aids, or attempting to have somebody else take the test on their behalf. Number 3 on my list, the exam will also include plagiarism detection software and other post-exam analysis features to detect potential exam violations that could result in the cancellation of a student's score. 4th on my list, the digital exam itself will limit how students navigate questions. So, for security purposes, students will not be allowed to return to questions or move back and forth between unanswered questions. Folks, this is a critical difference between the digital exam and the plain old pencil and paper exam. So, if you're taking the digital exam, please remember that if you skip ahead, you won't be able to go back. Friends, we need to take just another quick moment to emphasize the importance of this change for your test-taking strategy. The ability to move back and forth between unanswered questions is key to a strategy that involves answering questions out of order. If you're taking the digital exam, you will not have the luxury to choose the order in which you answer questions, meaning that you can't tackle the easier ones first and secure those points You'll need to plan your time management accordingly, my friends. So when you prep, practice not being able to move from question to question and allocate your time per question with that in mind. Now, on the free response questions that show multiple question parts on different screens, students will be able to go back and forth between the various parts of the question. However, once you answer the last part of the question and move on to a new question, you will not be able to go back to any part of the previous question. Now, number 5 on my list, students will need to type all responses directly into the app where your work will be automatically saved as you type it. This is yet another cheating prevention measure. The exam will log what you type as you type it, and you will not be allowed to upload any files or submit any handwritten responses. That said, 6 on my list. The College Board is going to be very intentional about excluding questions that can be answered with internet searches or textbooks or notes or study guides or any other related materials. 7th on my list, keep in mind that the digital exams themselves will be compatible with desktops and laptops, and that includes PCs and Macs and of course school-managed Chromebooks. However, smartphones and students' own personal Chromebooks may not be used for the digital exam. This is again another measure implemented for added security. That all said, we need to just shift gears very quickly and talk about cheating prevention measures that are in place for the pencil and paper exam. Now, the traditional exam format will allow the standard security procedures found in previous years, including having exam proctors who will be present at all times in every testing room for all AP exams that are actually being administered. Additionally, electronic equipment, including phones and smartwatches and laptops and tablet computers and Bluetooth devices and cameras and literally any device that can access the internet are completely and strictly prohibited both in the exam room as well as in the break area. Next, for any exam given in school, whether it's pencil and paper or digital, the seating policy requires that students be seated a minimum of 5 feet apart to maintain exam security. But in reality, schools may opt to seat students even further apart as needed to meet social distancing requirements. Lastly, AP exam terms and conditions are available, of course, on the College Board's website, and we'll put a link directly to that website in our video description here on YouTube. But please take some time to review them before exam day. And on the day of the exam, you will be required to sign a statement on your answer sheet acknowledging that you've read and, of course, agree to the terms and conditions. Friends, that is it for today. If you enjoyed today's video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already for the latest updates on standardized tests and college admission and study tips and live streams and much more. And one quick tip, you may be able to access no-cost AP tutoring from our sister company at the Princeton Review, tutor.com, through your school or your local library, so please do look into it. You can also check out our Princeton Review AP cram courses for individual students right on our website, or of course, our full line of AP Princeton Review books. Friends, however you prep, know that our full team here at the Princeton Review is rooting for you every step of the way. Rob Franek, Editor-in-Chief, signing off for today. Be well.